fanboys and fangirls. If you missed it, you can check out our TV talk episode of The Rings of Power, episode 7, the penultimate episode as we prepare for the finale.
Ultimate.
That's over on our YouTube page and podcast feed. Man, words are hard.
Oh, you're talking for 30 minutes.
How you guys been this week?
I've been good. You been good?
I've been good.
I've been good. I've been busy. I'll go first because, look, I didn't do much this week. So, I'm not even on the right document. I'm still on my Rings of Power document.
Oh, I got it on the same one.
Today is my daughter's birthday, so we had this weekend was full of party stuff and celebration and lots of cake and sweets, and I feel about 5 pounds too heavy, so I need to work that off this week.
Make sure you go on some long walks.
Yeah, I'll take Gemma on a walk. But yeah, I this week I wrapped up most of the Tallgrass Film Festival virtual pass films I hadn't seen. I watched quite a few of them this week. Overall, really good selection. I just want to commend Tallgrass on their selection process. I thought, I didn't watch any that I was like, oh, that's bad. There were a few that I was like, that's not my style, or I didn't really feel it, but like the quality is still there. And I think that's one of the things I try to bring to the podcast. I think you guys bring to the podcast as well. Even if we don't like something, we recognize that like it's not bad because we don't like it.
Yeah.
It just might not be for us.
Right.
Except for Morbius and Venom. It's bad.
What about Venom 2?
Bad.
Yeah.
What about
Army of the Dead? Horrible.
You knew where I was going.
Horrible, but not as bad as Army of the Dead.
A game I kind of have been slowly getting into and played quite a bit of this week was Minecraft.
What?
I played it a bit with my daughter and just kind of found myself wanting to look.
I saw you on there and I was like, it's kind of late for Claire to be playing
multiplayer like with a 7-year-old and like trying to build something is impossible because they're just going to come over and mess with your stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to like log on my own account and start building things because it's kind of a fun, like I can listen to podcasts, I can have some YouTube on, and I can just kind of, these guys are watching the Chiefs game at the moment.
They'll say because he landed on them, but I don't know what else he's supposed to do there.
And I've been really enjoying it.
Refs have been so bad. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry.
This is your football
all weekend, talk. All year. Refs have been terrible this year.
It's been a bad year for the NFL and refs. But the other thing I did was, of course, watch the latest episode 8 of House of the Dragon. The show is like now ready. Like this is a great episode. Great tension. Where I think we're past all the time jumps. We're at the point where the season has been building to, and we're ready.
Was there another time jump?
Yeah, yeah.
Between
last
weird.
episode and this episode, there was like another 10-year time jump. So we're getting to the point where, all of the main players, like, I don't know. I don't want to.
What about the side players?
I don't want to spoil anything.
Or the third players.
The third string players are mostly dead.
Nice.
Someone got their head chopped off this week. It was great. But like I think it's been a really interesting take on the Game of Thrones formula that makes it feel just different enough that it's pleasantly refreshing. I'm really excited to see where the penultimate and finale of season 1 ends up at, because they've moved the pieces in really interesting ways and positions and given characters really good motivations, and I'm just digging it. So really enjoying it. And I don't think I did much of anything else this week. It's kind of slow. Oh, I rewatched Belfast. I love that movie.
Nice.
It's a great movie.
That is a good movie.
Made me cry again. Anyways, that's about all I did this week. Tyler, what'd you do?
Sounds like a good week.
Yeah, well, it really was. I
didn't do nearly as much as you. But I played Overwatch 2.
Oh!
I managed to get into the servers a couple times and play it a little bit. It's the same game with a battle pass and a new challenge system. So, and it's 5v5 instead of 6v6, so it kind of feels like it flows a little bit better. But all in all, it's the same game. I haven't played any new maps.
Were there new maps that released with it?
Apparently.
Oh.
I haven't played them, but they made some of the maps that were at night during the day now, and vice versa. It's
big changes.
It's effectively the same game.
This is what Halo Infinite 2 is going to be. It's just going to be a reskin,
but in
different time of day.
But in Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. Overwatch is a really good game though. Like I kind of fell out of love with it after a while, but it is a fun game. It's nice to play. It's nice change of pace from time to time.
I downloaded it.
Did you?
Yeah.
We'll have to jump in and play it together, just so you can run around for a little bit and then be like, yeah, I'm good. Watch Rings of Power, obviously. Did two things that I'm really excited to talk about. One, I went to College Game Day in Lawrence to watch KU play TCU.
Nice.
TCU ended up winning by 7, which was my pick on my other podcast, but it wasn't who I wanted to win. I wanted KU to win just because I'm riding the KU bandwagon this year. But it was really fun. College Game Day is a pretty cool experience if you're a sports fan and you've always, you turn on Saturday morning and watch that.
Yeah.
It's interesting to go to. I think it's best enjoyed at home. Just because, like, they tell, like, really cool stories and show you highlights and all this stuff, and they talk about all the games, and there's so much cheering, and there's, like, the band is playing behind you, and, like, it's basically a giant tailgate, so there's people, like, drinking and eating, and there's kids running around and dogs, and, like, it's just really chaotic.
Yeah.
But there's, like, food trucks and stuff. It's a really neat experience. I highly recommend it if it's something you really wanted to do. But I would assume, and you'll likely feel the same way I did, is, you go, it's a cool experience, and then you're like, yeah, but I'd rather watch this at home.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt after it. Shout out to Andy. That's who I went with. It was really fun. It was a good time. I have some pictures I can show you guys after and some videos. I videoed the band because we were standing next to the band. Also, really cool experience. They kind of just like walked around and like talked to people and hung out. It was neat. It was really cool. And then the game, KU fans for basketball are great. KU fans for football are also great. Like, they're very loud. They're very in it. It's a really good atmosphere and a really good game.
Now that they have something to cheer for, too.
Yeah, seriously. It was awesome.
I was sad that we didn't get the broadcast of that.
Yeah, it was on FS1.
But it was fun to, kind of watch the ticker and be like, oh, and then see the highlights, especially when it was near the end. It was like, oh my gosh, shots fired.
Yeah, it was
Let's
awesome.
go.
If you care about that, you can check out my other podcast, the Big 12 Takeover. We talked a little bit about that game and all the other Big 12 games this past weekend. It was really fun. That's over on YouTube on the Takeover Sports Network. Then the other thing I did, I watched Marvel's TV special, Werewolf by Night.
Oh.
This is as I said, a TV special. It's about 52 minutes long. It's directed by Michael Giacchino. Yes, the composer that you're thinking of.
That sounds so weird.
Dude, right? I had to double check. I was like, is there another guy with the same name? He's done like 2 shorts and then this. So he's not made anything like feature length, but it seems like it's something he's working towards. And I gotta say, man, he did a phenomenal job. I was really blown away by how good this was. It's influenced by like 30s and 40s horror films, which is really neat.
So like Mummy, Frankenstein.
Like Frankenstein, yeah, stuff like that. The lead is Gail Garcia Bernal and Laura Donnelly are the 2 kind of big leads, and Harriet Sampson Harris plays kind of the villain, I'd say. But basically what this is it's like the Bloodstone family. If you play any Marvel things or you read those books, Elsa Bloodstone is a famous monster hunter in the Marvel Universe. It's about her family and kind of the Bloodstone, which is what their family kind of holds, and it allows them to seek out monsters and force them into like showing their true selves. And so the dad of the family has died, and they have a ceremonial hunt to decide who will become the heir of the Bloodstone. Laura Donnelly plays Elsa, who's kind of just abandoned her family but comes back when she hears of her dad's death, and they're forced into a ceremonial monster hunt, and shenanigans go down and it gets pretty wacky. I thought it was just, it's really refreshing from Marvel for them to do something different. It's all black and white, except for there's a little bit of color sprinkled in throughout. It's gory. There's throats being cut. There's people being exploded. There's limbs being cut off. There's arrows being shoved through people's necks. Like it is. This is very different from anything Marvel's
It's not kid
done.
friendly.
But I think the most important thing is, to me, it's really stylized, and Marvel has not really shown a willingness to do that.
Yeah.
And they do in this, and it is very, very good. I highly recommend, if you are at all interested, to watch this. It's really good. It's not too scary. Like, I don't think it's scary at all. It's got a couple jump scares, but obviously, if you're somebody who has a hard time with horror, you might have a couple moments of fear, but for the most part, it's pretty digestible for just about anybody, except for kids, because all the gore and stuff.
Are Disney Plus parentals gonna complain?
I checked. It made me type in a passcode for my parentals.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
What?
Yeah, I had to verify it and stuff and enter my password.
There will still be some parent who just has everything unlocked for their kids complain.
Yeah.
100%.
No, but it's good. It does still have some of like the Marvel quirky humor. It has the Marvel female kick swing thing in it. It's got a couple of the Marvel,
the scissor neck
the
swing.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
but
a classic.
It's around the chest cavity this time, not the neck.
And then the chest cavity explodes.
No.
I actually saw a video of somebody doing that in real life. I don't know if it was staged or not, but it was like on the street.
I love it.
Dang.
So as far as the recommendation goes, I'm gonna give this a booyah. I would go as far as saying this might be my favorite Marvel thing that they've put out recently, or at all. It's just so different. It's incredible. I can't wait to watch it again. And I really hope what they do with this is in the future tell more stories kind of in this like little world, this little pocket realm they've created, because the characters are all really interesting. And there's the introduction of a character who is
Say it.
a multiversal protector, and so I don't really know where this
Doctor
fits.
Strange? No.
I don't really know where this fits in the real like Marvel world, but if it wants to stay separate, I'd be okay with that, and I'd watch more of this. But spoiler alert, it does fit in the normal MCU, but they address that right away. So highly recommend it. Booyah, watch it. It's good. It's on Disney Plus. It's really only 52 minutes, so you can easily find time for it.
Nice.
I thought it was like a full show, so I was
No.
like, I'll wait till next week to watch it. I should have watched it.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Yeah.
I had the time.
Hopefully I didn't boost it up too much and you watch it and go, this is fun.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna hate
It's super simple. Like, it's nothing like crazy or anything like that. It's just different, and it's not like bombastic and huge like everything Marvel does anymore. It just really,
It sounds like a breath of fresh air, and
it's so nice.
I
and
can't
like,
wait to check it out.
costuming is so simple and good. Like, I love the werewolf outfit. Like, the makeup for it is just it's very 30s and 40s. It's awesome.
Sweet.
And that's all I did.
All right. Well, Luke, you're up, man.
I'm up. I watched the most recent episode of Andor. It's like it's more of a setup episode for the big mission that's about to take place.
Mm-hmm.
But I still enjoyed it. I think that show is good, except for the first two episodes. You just gotta make it through those first two episodes, and I don't like saying that, but
Yeah.
it's good after that. I beat The Last of Us remake. That game is awesome.
You cry a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm so excited for that show. I forgot how short the game actually is, and I mean there's a prequel DLC that came with it that's about Ellie before the game that takes place, and I'm sure that will probably be in the show too.
Yeah.
But it will. I feel like it would be a really easy like 10 episodes, if that, or like 8 to 10 episodes. I feel like they can really fit into that pretty easily. Because like I'd mentioned, like there's the 4 seasons. The longest bit is the first season, the fall, the summer. It starts in summer.
Yeah.
And then it's really like more shorter seasons after that. But man, that game is so good. If you haven't played The Last of Us and you have a PS5, I really, 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 really recommend you get it. It's an amazing game. It's one of my favorite games. I think it's the best written game ever. You will cry. And then you'll cry even more when you decide to play The Last of Us Part 2. I don't think it's necessary to play if you've played the original. It's beautiful, and it's awesome to play again, but
not a requirement.
It's not a requirement. Like, I don't think you have to put down $60 to buy it a second time.
So I can play it.
I never bought it, so I was okay with paying for it this time.
Yeah, that's true.
I borrowed yours.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I'm willing to give this giant company money for something I never paid for.
Yeah.
And yet still highly enjoy.
Oh yeah, it's so good. I have been watching The Crown over the past couple weeks, and I am caught up on that show. And I'm okay saying this because I'm not British.
Oh, you're caught up, you said?
I'm caught up.
Wow.
I'm ready for season 5 in November.
Wow.
Like, I'm ready. Like, I'd rather it just come out in October. I'm really excited. But King Charles, it's Prince Charles is king now that Queen Elizabeth II died. Good luck, UK. Dude is a freaking moron. Oh my gosh. That is just somebody. It's a constitutional monarchy. His position doesn't really mean anything, but still, that's not a person you want to be like the image of your country.
Who plays him in the show?
Let me look it up. The person who plays him is awesome because you freaking hate his character. And I
told you Dana started watching it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's almost into season 2. If you're watching, Dana, let me know where you are in the show. She's really liked it though. It's
so good.
She also really likes the score.
Yeah.
Like a lot. She's brought that up to me several times.
The music is super good. The cinematography, the acting.
Yeah. The everything.
The everything. Everything about it is
costuming
good.
Average?
I'm
just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I saw it. So I did come upstairs and see a bit where when the queen finds out she's becoming the queen, and she's in Africa, and I was just like, this looks incredible.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so good. And also, the girl who plays the queen, I was very impressed with the little bit of acting I saw from her. She's good.
I don't think it's him. I can't. There's a time jump. There's like
Claire
3.
Foy. Sorry, she's great.
Claire Foy is the young queen.
Yeah, she's good.
She's awesome. Olivia Colman plays her in season 3 and 4, and she's awesome too. I think the lady who played the evil teacher in Harry Potter.
McGonagall?
No.
Or no, sorry.
McGonagall's
good.
What the?
The evil teacher.
Mrs.
Frick.
In 5?
Yeah.
What is her name?
I blocked it
Professor
out.
Umbridge.
Umbridge.
I think
Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah, I think she's playing the queen next because they're gonna kind of move into the next era. I'm excited for her, but it's pretty amazing. In the first 2 seasons, I had some sympathy for like the royal family, mainly Elizabeth, because of what she's going through. Queen Elizabeth, sorry, for what she's going through. Seasons 3 and 4, I didn't at all. There's only the character that the episode focuses on. They do such a good job of making you empathize with that character. But then in the next episode, the focus might be on somebody else, and you're just like, man, I kind of don't like you anymore. Because like there'll be stuff with Princess Margaret, and you're like, oh, why are you doing all this stuff? It's so annoying. Please don't be that kind of person. And then the next episode will be about you, and you're like, oh no, all this stuff is happening to you. But freaking Prince Charles is just the worst. He's the worst, and the dude who plays him is awesome. Yeah, sorry, I'm not British, so I don't really feel bad about making fun of your king. That show's awesome. Anyway, what else did I do? Oh, there's a Netflix documentary that just came out called The Redeem Team. Have you guys heard about this?
No.
Yeah.
It's about the 2008 USA men's basketball team. And their nickname was the Redeem Team because in 2004, USA men's basketball team got bronze at the Olympics, which was not good. We had NBA players, were always expected to win, and we just played horrible. And I remember watching those Olympics, and it was awful. We were bad. And it starts off there, kind of like all the things that just went on in Athens at that time, and then leading into the 2008 Olympics. It also goes into a lot with like Kobe Bryant and how those Olympics were like a turnaround for his career. It was really good. I think if you're a basketball fan, you should check it out. I'd give it a fanboy worthy.
Nice.
It's on Netflix. Yeah. The last thing I did, this is the main thing that I did, was I binged the heck out of The Midnight Club. It's 10 episodes, and yes, I watched the entire thing.
Okay, hour format?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think every episode is a full hour, but
Probably anywhere from 45 to an hour.
yeah.
That's usually how those go.
Yeah.
This is the newest series from Mike Flanagan. He co-wrote it, and he directed the first 2 episodes. It's based on a book whose name I can't remember. Christopher. I think his first name is Christopher Pike.
Is it called The Midnight Club?
That's
Christopher Pike, you know
It is?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the name of the starship captain from Star Trek. The dude before Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, this is not Christopher Pike. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, out of the 4 series Flanagan has been a part of, horror series on Netflix, it's definitely the worst one. The worst one.
Yeah,
In
worse
quotes.
relative
It's
to
the,
everything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't quite hit that bar.
It takes place in a hospice for terminally ill
Children. Right? Yeah.
young. They're teens. They're like 18. It's a young adult show, but filled with horror. All filled. There's actually quite a bit of horror in it. I was actually one of the things I was impressed with was how much horror they went for. And for me, I thought there was some parts where I was like, oh, this is making me kind of nervous.
Yeah.
It's something that Flanagan is just so good at. He's great at just raising the tension up and up and up and up. And sometimes you'll be scared, and sometimes it'll go to the next scene. You'll be like, oh my gosh, there was nothing there the whole time. But I think the turnoff that a lot of people will have for the show is the YA.
Mm.
Thankfully it doesn't like do it too much, but it still does it, and I know a lot of people don't like it. The first 2 episodes, I said this already, but were directed by Mike Flanagan. Those 2 are the best episodes, and then the next best episodes are episodes 7 and 8. 8 especially, I thought was really, really good. It tells a perspective of a story in like a horror format that was super interesting. And I don't want to reveal too much about it. You kind of figure out what's going on throughout, and it's a sad episode. It's another thing that the show does really well. I mean, it's something that Flanagan, I think, just like is a master of at this point. It's his themes of death and grief that are always a part of his horror shows, and there's always a point in one of them that you're crying.
Yeah.
And this one doesn't help because it's terminally ill children.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was scary. It was heartfelt. I think the biggest disappointment of it, though, was it wasn't a 1 season. There's a little cliffhanger at the end. And I thought it was just going to be like 10 episodes, here's another show that he did. But it looks like it's going to be more of an ongoing series. which is fine. I'm definitely gonna watch season 2, but I was expecting it to just be one.
One and done.
The characters are all super interesting, and I think they do a good job acting. Newton Brothers return to do music, and I really like their music. The first episode is pretty much just a commentary on jump scares, and it's hilarious. It is so funny. He had a quote or something about how you sent this, Brett, to us, or was it you?
I sent it. Yeah.
How they wanted more jump scares in the show, and so Flanagan was like, "Okay, fine," and he put 21 jump scares in a single episode. Or something, and they happen real quick. They're everywhere in the episode. It's really funny. But like the other premise of the show is that these kids gather in the middle of the night and they tell each other stories. And some of the stories are interesting, some of them aren't, which is kind of drags the show, especially when their stories take almost the entire episode.
Yeah.
And then there's a ongoing story within the hospice house itself. But I think people can check it out if you like the other Flanagan horror shows, or if you kind of want a gateway into his horror shows. It's the least scary.
It's doing well, like critically. It's being reviewed well.
Yeah.
Audiences don't like it, but
And it only has 100.
Audiences don't like anything.
I don't ever. Audience scores are so confusing now at this point. I just don't even look at them. But yeah, I give it a fanboy worthy. I think it's really good.
Awesome.
I'm excited for the second season.
Cool.
Hopefully it gets made.
yeah, if Netflix.
I feel like Flanagan has a lot of pull now at Netflix because his stuff does really well.
Yeah.
Critically and
Usually audience-wise. Yeah.
commercially.
Well, it's hard to gauge commercial success in the era of streaming.
The last
we might get too soon.
Maybe.
just release Midnight Mass on 4K or Blu-ray so I can just watch it at home, please,
Yes,
and watch
that
the commentaries.
Would be great.
I'll buy it. I won't get rid of Netflix.
I will also buy it.
I will also buy it.
Flanagan's
3 guaranteed purchases.
Flanagan's commentaries are awesome.
Yeah. Luke, you said you had one more thing?
I did?
Oh. Maybe you were saying that was all you did.
No, Midnight Club was his.
Was the last thing?
No, that was the last.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, let's talk about some trailers. We move over into some trailers. We had a few. The big one kind of being middle of last week or late of last week. We got our Super Mario Brothers movie trailer.
Oh yeah, forgot that was this week.
Mario.
I like this trailer. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yeah, I think
I always have to move my thumb so it's not in front of my face and you can't see it.
I'm gonna put it behind the mic.
I'm gonna put it behind the mic so you don't know if it's thumbs up or thumbs
Thumbs
down.
up.
I think overall thumbs up. I know people aren't thrilled about Chris Pratt. I think it was. I don't think there's enough to judge.
No,
It seemed like it was
I don't
very-
think
For two reasons.
won't matter,
One, because he's barely in the trailer.
Yeah.
And also, Mario doesn't talk in the games, so you can't really judge it against anything besides a "let's go."
Yeah.
Right.
So
I wonder if Christopher Marionette, I think is the guy's name who voices Mario in the games. I wonder if they'll do like what Uncharted did with Nolan North and put him in it in some capacity.
Oh, probably.
Like he'll play. There was. I was listening to Kinda Funny and they were like, "How could they do it?" And they were like, "Just let him play Wario." He voices Wario too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to say Chris Pratt's voice is going to ruin the movie because I don't think it will.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it was when I raised my hand. I thought it was dumb that like Chris Pratt's like, we're doing something special. And
Oh,
like
yeah,
the first
yeah.
time you hear him talk, it's like, oh, that's Chris Pratt.
Very much so.
What are you doing that's special? Like don't hype it up if you're not going to do anything different than what you normally do.
Yeah.
Like it's just dumb. You're setting bad expectations.
And
don't blame fans for that crap. You're the one teasing it.
the thing that like blew me away and that's maybe an exaggeration, but like that I loved that I wasn't necessarily expecting, but I should have been, was how good Jack Black was as Bowser.
Yeah.
that entire sequence was just it was really pretty.
Awesome.
It was
a lot
funny.
of fun. It looked great.
Bowser like kind of looks scary.
Yeah.
Apparently he did
As
some
much as he can
rocking.
be in a
You see, like Jack Black's like, yeah, I did some rocking.
Be
Bowser
interesting to
has
see
a
if
musical side.
that makes it into the movie or
Dude,
if that's
I
a
thought
deleted scene.
I thought this trailer was awesome. Like I actually
Yeah.
am really excited for this.
I was really impressed by it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect, but like I think it was you like 2 days prior were like, yeah, this will fit this animation style really well.
Mhm.
It looks awesome.
Looks great.
I think the thing for me is it's Illumination and they do Minions, so I already have
Bad
like
taste.
a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure. Yeah. The only thing that my rebuttal to that, it's not really a rebuttal. I have the same fear, is that because it's a Nintendo property, they've got like Iron Fist lock and like they're holding onto that thing as tight as they can, and they're only making decisions that they are in the best interest of the IP. Balance that with monetary value. We want to make money off of it. Don't worry.
I kind of
which
love
is why
this.
we have Chris Pratt, because it's
They got
he's a name. Yeah.
big name.
I kind of like what Game Lord Master's saying is Chris Pratt's Wario is Chris Evans. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if Marionette got to do like some sort of guest thing. Just as a
Agreed.
homage to him.
Agreed.
He's put in a lot of years with Mario, so give him something.
Yep.
Or maybe
Let's
like
go.
some other character making fun of the way he talks.
Yep.
That'd be cool.
The next trailer I have written down is a series. I think it's coming on Peacock or NBC. Blockbuster.
Netflix.
Blockbuster is Netflix? That's awesome. Okay, great.
Yeah, because they put them out of business. They own them now.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah, we watched it right before.
You're right. It was Netflix.
Yep.
It was Netflix.
Yep.
Yep. I think I saw like Superstore, and because it was that kind of creative team, and I was like, oh, it's probably NBC.
Nope.
No. It's Netflix.
Netflix wants in that space a little bit.
Yeah.
You finally caught.
Yeah. This looks great. Big thumbs up for me.
Thumbs up for me. I think this looks awesome.
This looks hilarious and
I should say I'm distracted by
Full
the
of
Chiefs
jokes.
game if I.
quick Chiefs update.
I
Luke,
am
where are
too.
we
I
at?
have a bet on this, so I need Clyde Edwards-Helaire to score here. And
It's
then,
20-10 in the third quarter. Raiders are winning, and the Chiefs are on their first and goal.
I need Edwards.
all right.
I need Edwards-Helaire to score, and then I need the Chiefs to score 24 points and win, and I will win monies.
There you go. Well, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you, Tyler. We had a couple DC trailers drop. We had a Titan Season 4 teaser.
I watched this.
This is like a 40-some second teaser, so not much
Come on,
there.
The hand coming out of the blood.
Yeah.
I watched this.
Yeah. What do you think?
Azrath, Metreon, Zinbo.
As someone who doesn't follow Titans much, I don't have much to say about it other than like it was fine for a teaser, I guess.
I still need to finish season 3, but I think this is the most it's ever looked like they're leaning into what they are.
Did you watch the clip?
No. Is it horrible? Which clip? The ninjas clip? I did watch that one.
It's the one where the bad guy is attacking them on the street, and they all attack them one at a time.
Oh no, I watched.
It's just on a random street. It's the most CW looking action scene.
No, the one I watched is like Tim and Dick are in like a building, and these like ninjas show up, and Dick's like, ninjas? And then proceeds to beat the ever-living.
Was it like a random warehouse?
I think so.
Man, they gotta get out of those warehouses, dude. I thought the trailer was fine. The clip just made me go, I'm so glad I'm not watching this anymore.
Yeah, I will probably watch it. I'm curious to see their adaptation of what is probably the Judas contract. Who scored? Kelsey?
Yep. That's 2.
I need Edwards-Helaire to score. Kelsey is already done. And so is Adams.
Next, we had the Doom Patrol Season 4.
I didn't watch
This trailer was awesome.
I'm not into Doom Patrol. I watched the first season, enjoyed it for what it was, but it didn't really click with me.
It's a different taste.
I love watching these trailers. It's like I get that little.
They had a bunch of.
It's like taking a shot, right? It's like you get it, and then you can keep going.
Yeah.
Whereas like I don't have to finish the whole bottle.
I need to. Oh my gosh, dude!
Chip shot.
Freaking A! The Chiefs scaring me. Yeah, Doom Patrol is a very strange taste. These little butt monsters running around and singing chorus line. It's a weird show. I need to watch season 3 still.
I need to finish season 2. The HBO Max DC shows I started and didn't finish either.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But I've really liked Doom Patrol season 1 and 2.
Season 1's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's good. I'll give it to you. Yeah, I agree.
What else you got?
The last thing I had was the Gotham Knights launch trailer, which
Can we springboard that
Sure.
into kind of the social media reactions around this
oh
game?
sure,
They're like super positive, and I say that in that tone of voice because I'm really surprised. Like Luke and I have kind of been talking about this game for a while, and we were like, yeah,
I keep forgetting about it.
it's probably not going to be that good, but the story will be good, kind of Arkham Origins-esque.
Mhm.
Like the gameplay will feel like kind of crappy, but the story will be so good that you'll continue through.
I wouldn't say crappy. I would say just good enough.
It's just not Rocksteady,
Yeah.
right? Like that's the difference.
sure, yeah,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
some of the social media reactions and the ones that I'll just highlight a couple that really stood out to me is one was like the combat's fun at first, but then it starts to feel kind of stale, and so you have to like mix up your kind of style, which I think is why there's 4 characters. Like I think they know that. The other one that really stood out to me is what makes this game so great is it's not trying to be an Arkham game. And I was like, that's smart on their part because they won't hit that bar. And then the other thing I said is I read was the Bat Cycle is really good. I never fast traveled to any place. I just rode the Bat Cycle
That's
through
fun.
Gotham.
That's good.
And Gotham is extremely dense and multi-tiered levels. So like there's buildings you can go into, there's underground sewers, there's up on the buildings, there's like apparently they've put a lot of love and care into the city of Gotham, and they want you to spend your time there.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this. And apparently it looks phenomenal. Like graphically it looks really good. Maybe that's why they got rid of the Xbox One and
The last
PS4
gen versions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did hear someone say there are load times, and they think it's holdover from those last gen versions, like because they were having to make that work.
Maybe an update a couple weeks in.
Yeah.
Probably. But they've really done a good job of keeping the Court of Owls stuff out of the trailers, which I think is good because the Court of Owls is based around mystery. But just if you're interested in this game, like be careful like searching things for it because it has leaked. Like people have data mined and leaked some of the big things. Also,
how rude.
People are already starting to get their pre-order like bonus special edition things. So they get like the art books and stuff, and that has spoilers in it.
Yeah.
And people are posting that online. Like I've already seen one, which is really frustrating, but it's one that I kind of expected. So I'm not too upset. But just be aware if it's a game you're interested in.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Like searching Twitter and stuff. It comes out in a little over a week, so just hang in there.
I'm not gonna forget it comes out again probably.
I will not. I'm really excited for this game.
I like it's just so I've been excited for it.
It's just been delayed like 3 times, so it's like it's never coming out in our minds.
And like the trailer never popped up in any of my feeds.
You're too busy watching Malignant and Zack Snyder stuff. And Division
I guess
2,
I need to like
Division 2 clips.
Dude, that was the weirdest. Freaking Twitter would not get the Division 2 off my Twitter. It's like, you love this game, don't you?
Well, now that you said it out loud again, it's going to hear you. And
oh, crap,
start
you're right.
feeding it back into the feed.
You're 100% right.
Sorry,
it's gonna be on my For You page.
The devices are listening to us all the time.
But, yeah, no. I just wanted to kind of hit on Gotham Knights because I'm excited for it.
We're in a surveillance state.
I've got 2 more trailers.
Yeah.
What you got?
Did you watch... Christmas is coming up, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for Violent Night?
You guys sent that,
I
or
didn't
someone
watch-
said, and I
didn't
was like,
watch
I
it.
have zero interest in this. I'm not even gonna watch the trailer. What did you think?
I don't really know.
This is starring David Harbour.
You're going to be
as
you're
Santa.
day one in this, aren't you?
No. Is it on a streamer?
I don't know.
We didn't watch the trailer. We don't know.
I don't remember what it. If it's a theater movie, I'm not gonna see it. If it's like released on a streamer, and I'm just really bored some night, and it's December, I might.
Oh, it's a theater movie.
Okay, never mind. I thought it looked.
Who's producing it?
Universal.
Oh, Universal. All right.
It looks. It's John Wick, but Santa Claus. I don't even know.
David Leitch is a producer on it.
It looks like it might have good action, but
Okay.
Watch, it'll
a
probably be the
surprise.
next John Wick, and they'll be like,
Right.
"This is freaking good, guys. Best Christmas movie in 20 years."
The guy who directed it wrote Hansel and Gretel.
Oh man.
Okay, it's getting a 0%.
He's also in pre-production on a movie called Spermageddon.
I'll go see that one.
Guys, how are we not making? We're just not trying. If
He's making a Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters 2? What?
Did that movie make money somehow?
Oh man, we're getting sequels to weird movies anymore.
Oh man. Okay. Well, what was the other trailer, Luke?
The Peripheral. It's the Amazon show.
Oh yeah, I saw this
yeah,
trailer
yeah.
a few weeks ago.
Is there a new one?
There's a new one.
Nice.
They had a trailer that New York Comic Con this weekend. I think the show looks awesome.
I think it looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that first trailer, so hopefully, yeah.
I'm very excited for a sci-fi TV show, and I trust Amazon a lot because they have a lot of hits.
I know. I'm reading it.
Okay. I was gonna read it. Cool.
I just like to start thinking about it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, then we can move into news if we don't have any more more trailers.
Yeah, we got one more trailer for a game called Wild Hearts from EA. This looks like EA's foray into kind of the Monster Hunter genre with like infinitely better graphics and way more interesting art style.
Yeah.
I think this game looks really, really cool. I don't know if it's one I'll play. I'll probably wait for it to come to Game Pass or EA Play. But it looks like this looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like Shadow of the Colossus, those kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend. Yeah,
I
this
watched
looks
this.
sick. It looks cool. It's not
does
a game
look
that
cool.
I would play probably, but it looks like the visual kind of language for this game is amazing.
Yeah. I want like they were killing stuff with an umbrella or something. That was pretty cool.
Dude, it's wild, and like they shoot off like little Pathfinder things, and it.
They're Fortnite building.
No, they're not Fortnite building.
I will
They
definitely
kinda
have
were.
to check this out.
They're like
I guess that's true. Yeah, it's a
One of-
really cool looking game.
one of them built like a Death Stranding
Bridge?
zip line.
Oh yeah, the zipline.
It was like straight out of Death Stranding.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm certainly interested in this game. I don't know if I'll play it. I need to see more. But what I saw, I liked. I thought it looked neat. It'll be interesting to see kind of what it is.
Nice.
But
Cool.
jumping into news.
Yeah.
News
You want to
time?
move over? You get some more gaming news there.
I do, as it pertains to one Phil Spencer.
Oh.
Phil Spencer posted a 25th anniversary Fallout thing, because they own
That's
Bethesda.
right. Yes, part of the family now.
And there was a piece of hardware on his shelf.
He's been known to
He is very,
kind
very
of tease
put things
the
in
existence of things.
Yeah.
Do you got a picture?
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick.
It's kind of just looks like the front of a Series S.
Yeah, and so
And
he's definitely teasing something.
yeah. The question
This
is
thing.
what is it?
So I think it's their Project Keystone streamer box.
Yeah.
Microsoft has come out and stated that it is an abandoned prototype. I don't buy that.
What sword? I'm interested in the sword now. What sword is that?
The Witcher, the Silver Blade.
Oh, I lost all interest.
It's the Silver Blade. So yeah, it's it's a thing. The streamer device is coming sooner than later.
Yeah, I think
I think this is cool.
we've seen them continue to try and push services
Cloud, yeah.
and cloud. The fact that certain higher end like LG TVs, or Samsung TVs, you can have the Xbox app on there
I have a Samsung TV.
and
Is it
play.
new?
Relatively new.
See if you can get the Xbox app. You can
Like how new? Like
Like the last, I
2
think 2021.
years.
2021.
oh, probably not then.
You could see though. You might be able to.
So
I
yeah,
haven't looked
like they
online,
have that
I'm sure.
they have that functionality built in. So all you have to
Yeah.
do is connect a controller and you
Yep,
can
and
play.
sign into your Game Pass.
And I think what
moving
this
forward.
is looking at people who may not have, like, chances are if you have a high end brand new TV, there's a decent chance you may be able to afford like a console if you're into gaming. But I think this is probably a device that's looking at that demographic of like, people who enjoy gaming but maybe aren't willing to drop $300 to $500 on something.
Or more if you're Sony. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who,
Sorry.
here in the Midwest. Luke's in an apartment. I don't know if that's a personal information I should be giving away, but
I rent an apartment.
but like the apartments
I have
and
blinds.
the Tyler and I, like a lot of people here in the Midwest have just larger spaces to live than someone like who's in a little tiny studio apartment in New York. And so this, maybe a smaller device would be more attractive to them if they get good internet and it's like, oh, I can buy this thing for $100 or whatever.
Or if you just want to play in like different rooms in your house but don't want to move your console.
Yeah.
You just move your stream box.
Boop, boop.
Whatever you're calling it.
Or all you have is Minecraft.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's really good for games, that you can play, like, you suck at parking. Like, you can play it over the cloud. It doesn't have a huge strain on your internet. Yeah. Like, it just works really well. It's fun. Also announced, not with that, but on the back end of that, Game Pass allegedly made $2.9 billion last year.
Well, that wasn't. Was that the whole services or just the Game Pass?
Game Pass.
Just the Game Pass portion. Yeah.
I saw so many memes of this. It was kind of funny. It's like, it's not a sustainable service. It made $2.9 billion. It's not profitable. It made $2.9 billion. It's not sustainable.
Yeah. No, it's
they're doing well.
It's interesting to see this compared to something like we talked about last week with Stadia.
Yeah.
And, dropping that support. Google's bigger than Microsoft, I think, on any given day. I don't know how the rank. Apple's usually at number 1. That's all I know. But, yeah, it's just interesting to see how...
Of course, that's what you know.
I'm an Apple fanboy, baby. Get out of here with your...
You can be a fanboy of anything. That's the whole point of our podcast.
Zen book.
Hey, it works great.
Good. I'm glad. I'm happy for you.
Thanks.
Let's see. What else? In other gaming news... Did we have any other gaming news? I actually don't have any.
I got one.
News. Oh, yeah. Hit me up.
Hot off Cyberpunk Edgerunners getting lots of praise because it's fantastic.
Heck yeah.
Cyberpunk took a
CD
Projekt Red
took an opportunity.
Took a very good opportunity to use the great PR they currently have to announce that Cyberpunk 2 is like being worked in, and
Project
also
Orion.
Yeah, Project Orion, and they talked about a lot of Witcher projects. That
3 new Witcher games. Yeah. So actually 3 Witcher games plus one of them is a mainline Witcher game with 2 more to follow it. So technically 5 Witcher games.
Oh my gosh,
that's
one
crazy.
is a multiplayer game being worked on by one of their other studios. One is a mainline Witcher game, and one is a spin-off.
So then they have the Cyberpunk 2, and then don't they have another
a new IP
game? I thought there was a new IP game.
I'm sure somebody, one person over there, was like brainstorming something.
So here's what I will say, and because I know the immediate reaction is, man, that's a lot to announce.
Mm-hmm.
They have also announced they're moving away from their own in-house engine to Unreal. And
smart.
If we've learned anything, it's that Unreal, you can make games in Unreal way faster than you can in a lot of these in-house engines.
By the time all these games come out, though, Unreal Engine 6 or something better than Unreal Engine is going to be out.
I was listening to the plan, I think, for Witcher is to have a new one out every 2 years.
So they'll probably be building
they'll be building
2 in Unreal 5, and then the third one they'll be starting in Unreal 5 and expecting to finish in Unreal 6.
How long did Unreal 4 last?
I don't know.
Forever.
I feel like we're really discounting how long Unreal.
I want to say like 6 or 7 years, maybe.
What size are these games going to be? Are they thinking like Witcher 3 Wild Hunt size?
Probably, yeah.
Too big. But hopefully they learned.
There's going to be a lot of crunch there.
Unreal Engine came out.
Well, the first, yeah.
98. 3 came out in 06.
3 came out in 06.
Yeah, so I mean, like, 4 had to come out, or 4 had to be around for.
Yeah, 2014 probably.
It's almost 10 years.
Yeah. So we got a solid 2 or 3 games.
I think all of these will be in
Unreal 5.
5.
The other thing that I think Unreal tries to do, and I think does really well, is giving you support of porting games up. Like, hey, we want to make it so that it's a natural, like, if you're building your game in Unreal 4, you can get it to Unreal 5. If you're building something in Unreal 5, you'll be able to get it to Unreal 6. Like, that's something that in-house is really hard. you think it's easier to do, but because you're the internal team supporting it, it's actually really hard. Whereas if if Epic is building Unreal and they are, kind of overseeing that, they can give you those tools, and that doesn't have to be an extra strain on your staff.
Yeah, and the other thing with Unreal, I was listening to a podcast just generally speaking about Unreal, and like just so many people in the industry that know how to use it.
Yep.
Which is just such a help when you're hiring.
Yeah.
You're not bringing somebody in to learn Snowdrop.
Right.
Like Ubi uses for the Division, and be like, hey, you need to learn this new engine to build this game, or what is
oh
Frostbite?
my gosh.
Frostbite.
Yeah, like same thing.
Travis Kelce got a third touchdown.
Gosh dang it, dude! I need Edwards-Helaire to score.
Dude, Kelsey's out here balling.
Wait, so what's the score
So
now?
my point.
Quick update.
My points will hit if they hit the extra point, which has been really dicey all night. Kelsey scored. Devontae Adams has scored. I need the Chiefs to win, and I need Edwards-Helaire to score.
We have not been running the ball well tonight.
No, not at all.
So,
but they were on the 1 yard line, and they threw it because
You're gonna lose $5.
oh, there's a flag.
it's unsportsmanlike for sure. Because they have Aaron Rodgers syndrome, and they feel like they have to throw the ball on the one all the time. Anyways.
At least this is not Russell Wilson syndrome.
Well, he sucks.
Hey,
did I not say that
You did.
I said he was cooked. Nobody wanted to believe me.
Thank you for another minute and the in the end zone over here.
That's nice. I like it.
Yeah, minute. Over in TV news, we got our first look at a couple new characters for The Boys. Sister Sage being played by Susan Hayward, and Firecracker played by Valerie Curry. These are just little,
Pictures.
in costume photo. They're studio, they're touched up, but they're costumes and they look great.
They look good. Agreed.
I
Always excited
cannot
for more boys stuff.
wait for that next season. I can't wait. Do they know when it's coming out? Probably June again. I feel like it always comes out in June.
Next summer or early
Yeah,
fall.
probably next summer.
Awesome.
Depending on if they have how production goes.
Dude, this kicker is making me nervous.
Did you have any TV news?
Yeah, so Keanu Reeves exits The Devil in the White City adaptation at Hulu.
That's right.
The director, Todd Field, has also vacated.
Oh, boy.
Keanu Reeves left 2 months after signing on to it. I'm assuming it's a schedule thing. He's got like 6 movies in the works.
Yeah.
And probably realizes that with their production date starting to slide, that maybe he's just not going to be able to do it. And so rather than stringing them along, it feels like Keanu Reeves is like the Hollywood good guy. He's probably just trying to help them out a little bit. Because he was set to be the lead against this would have been weird, against Leo.
Yeah.
That would have been so strange.
Leo's actually in it?
Yeah, he's playing the serial killer.
Oh, I never knew he was in it. I always thought he was just producing it with Scorsese.
Well, he bought the rights so he could be in it. Like, he bought it so he could make it and be
nice.
in it.
That, I was already kind of excited for it, but, bumps it up.
Yeah. Yep.
I think what's interesting for me is the fact that just...
They both leave?
They both leave.
Yeah.
I don't know why, if there's not...
They're going to go make
issues. If there's not issues, and there may be, this may be slipping because there's issues and Keanu just stepped out, and then they're like, oh crap, well, we had lost Keanu, and now the director's like, well, these issues may be unreconcilable, and he leaves. I don't know. But I was pretty excited for this, and I'm a little bummed that it's
Keanu was like, I freaking hate working
delayed more
with Leo DiCaprio.
Because that sounds like fun. As much as the serial killer limited series can be.
Do you know what this story is?
No,
I'll try to send you a podcast on it. It's
okay.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
It's really interesting.
Nice.
Also in TV show world, HBO Max Velma show got
a
clip as well as the cast.
Clip.
The cast is Glenn Howerton as Fred, Constance Wu as Daphne, Sam Richardson as Norville, and Mindy Kaling as Velma. It's a very diverse cast, and they've changed the look of the characters to fit that, which is pretty neat. And then it's like adult, murder slasher show. I hate Mindy Kaling, and she's kind of one of the leads behind it, so I probably
won't watch it.
But if it's good and people, are hyping it up, I'll check it out.
My guess is
the clip was weird. I was not.
To me, it didn't even feel like it was from the show. It was just a marketing thing.
Yeah,
it was odd, but who knows, man.
My hypothesis is that they're seeing the positive reviews and whatnot for
Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So they're saying, what other IPs can we kind of mess around with?
Have you seen the character posters for it?
Mm-mm.
Let me see if I can find.
I kind of just wish it was a new
Shaggy.
Scooby-Doo show. that was for kids.
Me too. I freaking love Scooby-Doo. But yeah, like people's heads getting chopped off. Daphne's naked. Velma is like, there's a murderer in my house type stuff. It looks more like slasher type.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a thing. I'll be very interested to see how this reviews.
I think what. Man, I want to live in a world where we can have this and the next Scoob movie.
Normal Scooby-Doo movie.
And when like that gets axed, and not that this should get axed as well, but like I just wish we could have both.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scooby's not in this.
And currently,
I think it's
Warner Brothers is like.
I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Like
chop up everything.
I don't have the analytics or whatever.
Speak like
probably
you
never.
know.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is all made up. According to all the analytics, I can't. I don't even know how to lie about it. I feel like somebody that would watch this, that is of this age, would be more interested in showing it to their kids. Of like the Scooby-Doo stuff,
Sure.
than them themselves going, awesome, R-rated Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's just me. Old Scooby-Doo will always be there, and it's always goated, so.
Yep.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo's my jam.
That's awesome.
I'm fine with them trying something new.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it. I'm really interested to see how it reviews before I check it out, though, because it didn't really look like something I would enjoy.
Yeah.
Just from, like, Scooby-Doo is my favorite cartoon. Like, if they're gonna do something with Scooby-Doo, I want Scooby-Doo in it.
Yeah.
So,
Dude,
Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
If they do a Lord of the Rings show without sticking true to the books, I'm gonna get mad at it.
you're old and get mad.
Go
at
check
it.
out our TV talk.
Plug.
I was trying to plug the show.
I just wanted to call you old.
What?
Old.
Got your hearing aids turned up?
No.
Beep, beep,
Thank
beep,
you.
beep, beep.
Thank you, son. I'll tell you, back in my day, we had Scooby snacks and a dog in our Scooby-Doo shows.
Yeah, and
Like Scoob.
like oinks.
Zoinks,
I've got some
Scoob.
movie news, unless you guys have some.
I got some. That's
More.
I only have one, and I know Brett's going to talk about it, so.
I'll let.
You go, because
I know it's your favorite thing probably from the week, so.
Big news. I don't know. I guess, was it announced last week? I think it was announced last week.
Wasn't it like 4 days ago?
Maybe it was just Knives Out. Not Knives Out 2. Glass Onion.
Terrible title.
Yeah. Well. It's Glass Onion, a Knives Out murder mystery.
A Knives Out mystery movie
Oh.
ruins the title.
Yeah. No, for sure. Is gonna come to theaters. It's coming to 600 theaters in the U.S. for 1 week only over Thanksgiving. Kind of that like Wednesday to Wednesday. So over that Thanksgiving weekend, and tickets are on sale. So I already got mine.
Yeah, you couldn't have bought a worse time. You're like, hey, sit next to me at 3:30 in the afternoon on a work day. It's like, bro, I can't go to that.
You have Thursday off. Just take Wednesday off.
Why? I'm not taking...
It's a short week. That means you're more busy in the week. Or at least I am.
I'm already off that Monday because I'm traveling the weekend before.
Well, that's not my problem.
Secondly, I'm not taking off to watch Glass Onion. If I'm going to take off for a movie, this is not very high on my list to do that for.
Obviously, Black Adam takes precedence.
I'm already off next Friday. Are you kidding me? Not actually. That's a joke, but
I have
might
the
be.
like our families like fight over us for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving
Like
is like
this fight?
the
should sell
most
tickets.
stressful. Oh, I should make money off of this. Maybe it'd be less stressful if I made some money off of it. So we elected to, rather than potentially like wait too long and miss it on the back end, we're just gonna get. Steph already doesn't have work. I can ask off work. We can drop. Claire doesn't have school. We can drop her off with my parents. Come back, watch the movie, and then go back to Heston and spend the evening there. Hang out with my family. So, yeah. Go get your tickets for Glass Onion, or wait until December 23rd and it'll be on Netflix.
No, I'd rather see it.
Yeah, I'll see it in theaters, but I'm not going at 3:30 in the afternoon.
I didn't expect.
Or taking off work. To
I
see
didn't
it.
honestly did not expect either of you to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm free then." I was more just like, "Hey, look, you can buy your tickets. Remember."
We know you hate us. Okay.
A simple text message would have sufficed. Not a sit by me message. I'm just kidding. It's really not that big of a deal. I just want to give you crap for it. The only other story I have is we got the next Agatha Christie movie.
Pero.
announcement.
I can't even remember.
Hercule
Poirot.
These keep making money?
They
Hercule
must
Poirot.
do well enough.
Dude, old people eat this up. They love Agatha Christie. She's like the most interesting murder mystery writer ever because one, she kind of frames the modern murder mystery, and two, nobody really knows what happened to her. She just kind of disappeared.
Why is there not a murder mystery about that?
I'm sure there will be at some point.
Netflix
will true crime documentary
That's
that crap.
what Knives
building
Out
to?
3 is going to be.
Oh, please God, no. Yeah, Kenneth Branagh is returning to direct. Starts filming in 2 months. It's called A Haunting in Venice. Don't care. So, cool. Didn't even care to look up the cast. Is there a cast?
Yeah, there was some cast now. Jamie Dornan.
Dornan? Okay.
Tina Fey, Michelle Yeoh, Jude Hill, Kelly Riley. There were a few others that were smaller name, but those were the big names.
I'm going to keep my streak up of not seeing these.
I'll watch it.
I hope I can do it.
I'll keep the streak up of watching them.
I watched
Look,
the
Death
first
on the
one.
Nile, not great, but not bad.
Not as bad as the first one?
No, the first one was awful.
The
Murder
first
on
one
a
is
big old train?
It's a
horrid.
It's a big old train wreck. The Death on the Nile, you know, the ship was leaking, but like it made it
They were
to its
taking on water.
destination.
So this one's got third time's a charm, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Surely this one can be decent. You just keep the cast gets a little bit worse this time around, so maybe by worse I mean they just have less star power.
Sure.
So maybe that'll make it better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair.
Yes, we did mention that.
Yeah.
we're all
JT.
very excited for the boys. Anything they announce, I'm okay.
Hyped.
So, yeah. Haunting in Venice. I haven't read that one yet.
I haven't read any of them.
I'd rather watch A Haunting in Venice by Mike Flanagan.
Ooh, yeah, that would be good.
That's something I'd be interested in.
I did read the first Hercule Poirot book, and gosh, dude, Rana is so far off that character. It's unbelievable.
It's an
okay,
interpretation, not an adaptation,
It
right?
is. I just think the book version of him is so much more fun and would make much better movies. But
Did you see the?
I don't need the book to be the Bible for it, but like Hercule would be. He's kind of like this.
Have
goofy
you watched the old Agatha Christie
No.
movies?
Is
like
he super goofy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
that's how
way
he is
more
in
like the
books.
book, and it's.
He's kind of like this dumb idiot who
Who
accidentally
stumbles into the thing. Yeah. No, it's hilarious.
It's so good.
It's great.
I wish they would do that, but instead they make him serious. That's kind of how Knives Out is, though.
Yeah.
He kind of like accidentally solves things.
Yep.
And they think he's.
But
a
he's
good
not
detective.
he's not a total idiot. He
Oof.
puts things together, but he's lucky
That
at
looks
the
like
same
it-
time,
yeah.
right?
That looked like it hurt.
Which I'm pretty sure Ryan Johnson probably
Oh,
read those and was like, "This would be a fun way to do
He is
that."
a huge Agatha Christie fan.
She's good,
so,
man. Those
so,
books
yeah.
just feel kind of old.
Yeah. Do we have any other news stories? I'm out.
Me too.
Luke?
Nope.
Okay, well then we can move on over to the fan box.
Let's get it.
We're at 107. Hey, nice.
We're moving along. Let's keep it going.
Well,
Let's keep
over
this-
in the
this
chat,
iron hot.
Game Lord Master had a question for us, a Fanbox question. We've had a lot of our childhood games made into movies, like Sonic and Mario. If you could pick a game that hasn't been made into a movie yet, or maybe needs a redo, what would you pick, and who would be your main character fan cast?
Games made into... Does it have to be a movie?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know. Or pitch me a show. I think
Okay.
we all love shows, except when they don't work. Halo.
It's not from my childhood, but a Destiny anime. Two from my childhood. I would love a Metroid anime, and I think a Zelda anime. I just do an anime.
I'm kind of surprised Zelda hasn't really.
There is an
branched
animated
out.
show.
Oh, is there really?
It's hilarious.
Is it bad? Okay, well.
Excuse me, princess. Oh my gosh, go watch clips on YouTube.
Okay.
It's so funny.
I'll have to.
Yeah, I just think if you're gonna do it, just do it. Especially with Nintendo, do an animated something or an anime.
Yeah. Well, I think if
I think Metroid could be a dope anime.
if Mario Brothers does well, expect the floodgates to open, I think. Because I think they've, like JT said in the chat, Nintendo kind of clutches their pearls.
Oh yeah.
But I think the success of something like Sonic has made them realize there's potential here. We just have to have the right, formula, which is, in this case for Mario, it's animated, and that makes perfect sense. Oh, excuse me.
And I'm sorry if I'm just like stealing from what people are going to say, but can you imagine a Star Fox animated movie, but like Top Gun, Maverick? That would be awesome.
Well, mine was gonna be Crimson Skies: High Road to Revenge, which is a Xbox original title that is criminally underrated.
Is that the dragon game?
No, it's
That's Spyro.
It's like a.
That's a Panzer Dragon, maybe.
It's like a
That'd be a good one to choose, too,
alternate
Spyro.
universe
That's already a
World
show.
War One flying like airplane dogfighting game. It's great, freaking awesome, and it needs to live on in some way.
My two aren't very popular. Well, one of them's very popular. One of them is kind of cult popular. Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay, yeah.
I think could work as a movie, kind of like what this Mario movie is going to be. And then Ratchet and Clank. And the Ratchet and Clank, I say just keep the voice cast the same.
Yeah. Yep.
Banjo-Kazooie, you obviously have to cast people. I'm not sure how I'd choose to play Banjo. Kind of tough to say. I don't know. Let me think on it.
Another one that I think could be interesting, and it's it's a game that I haven't.
Star Fox with Danny DeVito as the frog.
What's the frog's name? Froggy? Poppy? Poppy? Sloppy? Peppy?
Peppy. No, yeah. I
Thinking of Pepe Le Pew.
Star Fox frog name. Slippy.
Wow, I was never even close. I think Peppy's the rabbit. Peppy Hare or something? Star Fox. Rabbit.
One
Peppy
I'll
Hare.
I'll throw
There
out
it
there
is.
is Turok.
Turok Maktau.
Turok.
Turok was great, dude. I used to love those games.
I think that would be fun, especially as we have.
Dude, did you play the 360 one?
No.
Phenomenal. I played it on 64 and 360. It's
Nice. Yeah.
so good. Soul Reaver.
Some
as a
more-
dark anime.
Some more modern things, I guess. Like there's a bunch of games that
Yeah,
I
if we're going
haven't
modern,
that I haven't played that I would love to see. Like I'm not interested in playing Dark Souls or Elden Ring. Like that's just not my kind of
Elden
game.
Ring would be a sick.
But I
anime.
would love to see like a 10-hour
anime
thing with about
Dude,
that.
Dark-
Like, that sounds awesome.
Elden Ring would be a sick anime. I think modern, if we're gonna go there, I think my answer would be super obvious. Gears of War.
Oh, yeah.
I already said mine, which was Destiny.
Yeah, I want a Gears of War movie or show, preferably a show. But if I have to settle on a movie, I'd take it.
That one can actually be live action too.
Yeah,
I thought
I
I
think
wanted.
it'd be really good.
Mhm.
I thought I wanted a Halo show, and then they made one.
Yeah, they made
And then I was sad.
they,
Ronnie face.
Indeed.
I'm trying to think of who I'd want to voice
R.I.P.
Banjo.
Chris Pratt?
No,
Yes.
actually, you know who I'd choose? Weird choice here, but I actually think he's really good. Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh yeah.
He
He's
voices
good.
the Flash and all the Justice League stuff.
Yeah,
I think he'd be really good for Banjo.
that'd be cool.
The Rock would claim Banjo. You're probably right, unfortunately.
And Kazooie would probably be Kevin Hart.
Oof.
Yeah.
Big oof.
IP ruined. No.
I would not do it.
No longer interested.
The other guy I'd really like is the dude who voices Felix in the Wreck-It Ralph movies. Jack McBrayer.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'd be a good Banjo as well.
Yep.
Weird choices tonight, but I'm rolling with them.
I like it. Any other?
For the Destiny anime, I would just use the
Use
same voice actors.
cast, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes. You got a great.
And then
cast.
add The Rock. And
No.
Kevin Hart.
Sure. You know what? Sure. They can be a random person's ghost. Because the only
That
ghosts
would actually be really funny.
the only ghosts that ever talk, I think, are ours, which doesn't have a name, Amaru, and I don't remember his current name, but it was pulled pork. It's Crow's ghost.
Does Segura
His name's
talks?
Pulled Pork.
Oh yeah, but she's dead.
R.I.P.
They might not be able to get Monica Barakin back though. That might be a little expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Next question comes from Patrick, who emailed us at whatthefanboy@gmail.com. He asks, "What is the saddest movie you've ever watched?"
Bridge to Terabithia.
Say what? What is the
saddest movie you've ever watched?
I've never cried as hard as I've ever cried in a theater as watching Bridge to Terabithia. Openly weeping when that poor girl died.
Yeah.
And I went and saw that, like, the theater was full too, which was, you know, people used to go see normal movies.
Right.
And I saw it with my
It
parents.
wasn't a Marvel movie? What?
Dude, I was crying hard. I could not, and I didn't read the book. I was just...
Oh, really? Oh,
I was broken.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Oof.
Oh my gosh.
I will say, for me, probably Coco. It's fairly recent, but that movie just demolished me.
Yeah. Dude, Pixar...
This is me, you, and Chris.
That movie, like, to this day, still just wrecks me, man. I can't do it.
I'd say the one that stands out in recent memory for me would be Inside Out, because that came out right when I was becoming a father. I knew I was having a little girl, and one of our like top 3 names was Riley, and so that movie just hit like way too close to home.
Did you change it because of the movie?
No.
And then on the flip side of that, a movie that made me cry a lot.
Stephanie chose it, made an executive decision, and I didn't really get a final vote. But it's okay.
On the other side of that, a movie that made me cry out of happiness was Coda. I
Mm,
cried a lot during that movie, like in a good way.
Yeah.
It was a happy cry.
yeah.
I almost cry during everything though.
You do cry during it.
I get emotional during stuff. I'll cry in a movie I don't like.
That's Dana. Dana will cry in like the weirdest moments of movies. I'm like, why are you crying?
I'm an emotional kid and I'm a sympathetic crier. So if somebody in the thing I'm watching is going through something and they're crying, I will emote with them.
How did you do with Manchester by the Sea?
I hate that movie.
Okay. Did you cry in it?
Yes. Great movie. I hate it.
Did you cry like the whole movie? I've never seen it. I remember you telling me like, dude, that was brutal, and I was like, I don't think I want to watch it. Like, I'm sure it's great.
That's me with every dog movie. Like in the chat, Lepke put Marley and Me. And I was like, I saw that trailer and was like, nope.
Add Airbud to that list too. That movie made me cry.
I'm staying away. Hard pass,
Airbud
because
broke
I
my
am
heart.
not looking for that kind of emotional damage every day.
Yeah, no.
I have to be in a very specific mood. And with dogs, it's never.
Yeah.
It's never, because I can't handle it.
And it's worse because going in, you're like, man, this dog's going to die and I'm going to cry. And then it comes up and you're like, why? Why would they do that?
Tyler, Nick says you got emotional for Onward.
I did get anything with brothers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Onward. So Onward's weird though, because I've watched it since then and I didn't cry. I got teary-eyed. But I cried during Onward because I went and saw my little brother. And if you know my brother and I's relationship, this makes total sense because the movie's kind of too similar, too close to home, kind of like Inside Out for you. And like, he doesn't cry, like, at all. He's not a crier. And we were watching that movie and I hear like a little sniffle and I'm like, what the heck? And I look over and he's crying and I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is not good. And that movie wrecked me. Oh my gosh. Who was that?
Skeldon.
There was an episode when Claire was about...
Are we all going to start crying?
2 or 3. probably closer to 3, but yeah, 2 or 3. My parents gifted me our very old like VHS TV all in one little like 12-inch unit, and gave me a bunch of our VHSs. And one day, it was in the old studio. It had to be before it was a studio, because we had that brown couch in there. We had that little TV set up, and I sat down there with her, and I was like, we're going to watch some Winnie the Pooh episodes, right? So we played a couple, and we get to the one where, oh my god, freaking Rabbit, who's like the worst, adopts this baby bird and like
Oh my
raises
gosh, dude, I remember that.
it. And it freaking broke me. And my daughter's just sitting there like turns around like, Daddy, okay? I'm like, it's okay, I promise, I'm fine.
I'm an emotional mess.
2 movies currently that will always make me cry. One is Interstellar, and the other is Sing Street. I always cry during Sing Street, man. That's one of my favorite movies.
Edward Zolaris
Those
wasn't Scorsese.
No.
Tyler's losing money.
Oh,
Okay.
you missed!
I think that's going to be the last question we answer.
Good, dude. I'm freaking hot.
Oh, there's a
this
flag.
Week. I want to thank everyone for hanging out. JT and Nick being in the chat. I love it. Thanks for
showing love.
For contributing. We love that you're part of the show. If you want to be a part of the show, you can tune in live on Twitch Monday nights. 8 p.m. Central is typically when we've been doing our Rings of Power recap. And then at 8:30 we transition over to our regular episode content. So we hope to see you back here next week. We got to talk about Rings of Power finale. It will be exciting, I'm sure.
I am super
A
excited.
heated debate may take place. We'll see.
It's either the best or the worst show ever,
It'll
right?
be. Yep. We'll have to make that decision at that moment. So until then, thank you for watching or listening, and we'll see you next week.